Let's check out the BOOX Palma 2. I never owned the BOOX Palma 1, so I can't say how this is going to compare, but I am going to give you my thoughts and opinions of owning this just after a couple of days, because this is pretty new and I haven't had it for that long. So the first thing I did, obviously, was install the Kindle app, because I want to use this primarily as a Kindle device. The next thing I did was I changed the volume buttons on the side to work as page turn buttons in the Kindle app, so that when I want to turn a page, all I have to do is press the volume up or down button. In order to do that, it's pretty simple, but it can be a bit confusing if you've adjusted multiple settings already, so I want to go through this very quickly. You just go to your system settings, and if you scroll down until you see more settings, and then you tap on that, and then hit volume buttons, now you're going to be given a lot of options for the volume buttons, but you want to click on short press function. You want to make sure that this is set to volume. By default, it should be, but if you've went in here and tried to already fix this yourself, this can mess up the actual page turn function. So make sure it's set to volume, not page turn, not scrolling. We want to actually adjust the Kindle settings within the Kindle app. So let's go ahead and open the Kindle app and tap anywhere in the center of the page, and then we're going to tap on the double A up here at the top. It's going to give us all of our options. You're going to click on layout, and you're going to want to make sure that continuous scrolling is turned off. It currently is for me, but a lot of you that already have settings in your Kindle app may have this turned on. Now you want to go over to more, and you're going to want to scroll down and click on the option that says turn pages with volume controls. Make sure that is turned on. After you've done that, you should be able to turn very easily with your volume buttons. Let me show you. And I just personally prefer that. It's just something that I like. Maybe that's something that doesn't even concern you in terms of owning this device. One thing that I really like about this is how premium it feels. I mean, right out of the box, it feels like this is a device that definitely is a step above the rest in terms of build quality and materials. The case did come with it. I think I would have preferred just a regular case instead of a folio case, but the folio case is quite nice. I use these mostly for my cell phone anyway, so I'm pretty familiar with folio cases. I do want to note how quick this device is. I mean, it's insanely fast. So I'm just going to load up the Google Play Store just to show you how quickly the scroll is. I mean, this is not very different at all from the refresh rate that you would see on a cell phone. It is very snappy, especially for an e-reader. And I'm not used to this, especially with the Kindle that I generally use, like a Kindle Paperwhite. The refresh rate is nowhere close to this. I've never used a device with a refresh rate this good. This is actually pretty insane. For me, I really just needed a device that would make a good Kindle e-reader on the go, and I think this is it. Let me show you. I did adjust the text size in the books that I read just to make it a little bigger, because by default it's quite small. So I did adjust the text size, and for me this works perfect. I can see this very easily. You can obviously use hand gestures to swipe left or right. You do have to turn those on in the settings though. They're not there by default. In the Kindle app they might be, but for books itself, like say I want to go back on books, you swipe up from the bottom and it'll take you to the home page. And I really like that, but previously I had to go in and turn on the setting to make it allow me to be able to swipe back in order to go back a page. So say I want to go back a page. Now I can swipe back and it'll let me do that. I find that the gestures work very well and they're very responsive. I think obviously this is a bit expensive of a device compared to some of the Kindle and other e-readers that are on the market, and there's a lot to choose from. But in terms of size and portability, I'm shocked that no one else is doing this. This is a device that works for me because of the size and because of the portability. Now, I've done quite a bit on this already. I've read a chapter in a book, just kind of getting things set up, and right out of the box, I had 100% charge. I'm down to 74%. So we'll see over time how well the battery life works. But I think if I turn off a lot of the different apps that are kind of running here in the background, maybe that would help. And then the battery life really isn't bad in terms of if you just want this to read. I wouldn't buy this to watch videos on. or create content with, because yeah, it does actually have a camera, which is kind of weird, but let me see if I can pull that up and kind of show you what that looks like. So let me open the camera app real quick. So weird seeing everything on an E Ink screen, but it actually does have a built-in camera. You can do video, and once you transfer this, it's obviously not going to be in black and white, it'll be in color, but the photos in terms of being on your device will be in black and white. Now this is kind of cool if you want to take a picture and set it as like your wallpaper or something like that. So it does have a few cool features, but as to how practical it is, I don't know that you even need a camera on an e-reader, a dedicated e-reader. I just don't see where that's super useful. And a lot of the other stuff is kind of neat, like document scans. You can transfer things wirelessly with your Books account, like ebooks, PDFs. I just think that this has probably, so far, been my favorite experience in terms of an out-of-the-box e-reading experience. It's premium. I know the price was too, but at least the quality of the device kind of matches up. You do get what you pay for in a lot of instances, and I've paid a lot more for, I think the Kindle Oasis, when I originally bought it, was more expensive, but obviously it was a bigger screen too. I really like the screen size on this though. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to put a link in the video description where you can get the absolute best price on one of these. If you're like me, you've probably been obsessing over this, and they are actually selling out. The BOOX Palma 2 is selling out. I got this one because I think it does have a slightly bigger battery than the previous generation, but it does run the newer version of Android, which is going to give you a little bit more longevity when it comes to those updates and being able to use it over time. Overall, I think it's a really cool device, especially if you want to use it for travel, take it with you to work, take it with you to school. Don't think you can go wrong. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out in any way possible. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.